This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes, I don't like right. That. You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, June 27th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori and Brandon. I am Sam. Stephanie's on vacation. Let's get started. Well, it was the first presidential debate of the 2020 election as 10 of 20 Democratic candidates took the stage last night in Miami. Senator Elizabeth Warren was the top polling candidate on the stage, but there were a few other notable contenders who broke through. Here are some of the highlights.
We can make our country work, not just for those at the top. We can make it work for everyone, and I promise you this, I will fight for you as hard as I fight for my own family.
We would not put kids in cages. In fact, we would spare no expense to reunite the families that have been separated already. And we would not criminally prosecute any family who is fleeing violence and persecution. Cada votante necesitamos la representación y cada voz necesitamos escuchar.
I am the only candidate here who has passed a law protecting a woman's right of reproductive health and health insurance.
I just want to say there's 3 women up here that have fought pretty hard for a woman's right to choose.
Woo! All right, I feel the heat. There was one hiccup, though, last night when a technical glitch in the audio forced the moderators to go to a commercial break. And the president seized on the moment, tweeting, NBC News and MSNBC should be ashamed of themselves for having such a horrible technical breakdown in the middle of the debate. Truly unprofessional and only worthy of a fake news organization, which they are. All right, let's not discuss the president here.
Yeah.
Let's discuss these candidates. Tori, who stood out to you?
So I was so into it. It was like popcorn, and I know it's not that interesting to that many people, but let me give you the highlights. Elizabeth Warren, she looked like the professor she was at Harvard. She spoke to a lectern. It looked like she was talking to students.
And she knew her stuff.
She knew her stuff. She had a plan, and when asked about Mitch McConnell, she simply said, yeah, I have a plan for that, and would not reveal it. It was a great moment for her.
And given her history, you know she does have a plan.
She's the most, it's yes, we plan with her, not yes, we can. That's the whole new thing.
Who else?
The other thing is, I want you to know Julian Castro. Many people didn't know his name. To me, he really stood out. Here's why. He took on Beto. He didn't take on America. He took on Beto, not Trump. And it's Battle of Texas, right? Between the Hispanics, who gets the vote. He came out looking strong. Great strategy. Beto was unprepared. So look for him for a VP pick.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic, and I love all of their answers, especially Castro and Booker on immigration.
Cory Booker, I had to say that. And Tori, you say that it may not have been very exciting to certain people, but it should be. I mean, we're talking about our lives. We're talking about our country, our nation. But I thought Cory Booker did a great job talking about gun control. He's the one that's living in inner city Newark right now and talked about how 7 people were shot just last week in his neighborhood. So he's going to be the one, I feel as though, goes after the NRA, goes after the big gun corporations, because he said when it comes to this gun control problem, we need a bold agenda, we need bold policies.
Yeah, and he's living it.
Yeah, he is.
I appreciate him. I really do.
I find him grandstanding. He's very like, look at me, but I'd love to hear the DBL Nation.
You have to be.
Yeah, you could do it better than that.
All right. Before we move on, I hear that you are a distant relative to Elizabeth Warren.
Oh.
Wow. Tori.
You guys. So is that a clap?
I almost feel like you might need to check with your dad about that.
Like for real. Senator Warren, hey, Mom. Hey.
All right, we're going to move on. You have to see this next video. A woman was traveling through the airport in Atlanta when this happened. You see another woman in a pink hat tried to grab her 2 children and take off.
Sam.
According to police, the woman said she was walking through the airport when another woman with a pink hat approached and tried to grab her stroller with her kid in it. After the woman's husband rushed over to help, the woman in the pink hat then tries to grab another child who had been walking alongside. The 26-year-old woman in the pink hat was arrested and charged with kidnapping and obstructing an officer.
Terrifying.
I can't even. I think this is every parent's worst dream. In a busy, whether it's Disneyland, whether it's at a park, whether it's at a mall or at an airport, that you lose your child or somebody snatches your child.
How blatant was that? She did it in front of everyone, in front of a cop.
So glad she was caught.
And Sam,
so glad.
Not just every parent, every uncle, every aunt. Every time I go home and I'm with my little nieces and nephews, I'm on my phone from time to time. This can be something that I can look down to check a DM or a text, and some crazy person goes out there and snatches up one of my nieces and nephews.
Yep,
it's absolutely scary.
You got full attention.
Yeah.
When you have your kids with you, full attention. All right, investigators in Utah may have a break in the case of a missing student there. Police have searched a house in connection with the disappearance of a 23-year-old college student who was seen here at the airport before she went missing. Mackenzie Lewick went missing shortly after landing in Salt Lake 10 days ago when she was dropped off at a park by a Lyft driver who told police there was another person in a car waiting for her. Now there are also reports that Mackenzie may have been on dating apps, some looking for a sugar daddy, a sugar baby, sugar daddy type relationship with older men, and police have confirmed they are investigating her social media accounts. Now, I think it's important to note that she's on these dating apps. I hope not for anybody to somehow judge her or diminish the crime.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
I hope that's not why that's out there.
Not.
No, exactly. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
That's a consensual adult decision. That's perfectly legal. Yes.
But if they can find that she was meeting up with someone and that's the individual, who knows, is the person that abducted her. If that's even the case here, we need to know all those details. So that's why I think it's pivotal to mention it.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's that person, because that's the only person we know, or the person that's closest to her or linked to her, that we can follow her digital footprint.
Right.
If not, we have nothing. That part where she went to go meet up with that person, the security cameras there were just dummy cameras. So I don't want people blaming her, because like we said, this is a consensual relationship when you decide to meet up with that person outside of the website, but it's absolutely unfortunate.
Do these websites have a responsibility, and this is something that I'm going to have to do my due diligence on to check out, but would they have a legal responsibility to background check those individuals if it is like a sugar daddy, sugar baby type relationship?
Well, it's up to the private company, right? So they would advertise that they do, and that might be a nice advertising for them. Hey, we back check people, or we background check people. Real quick, if you are on any kind of Tinder date or anything like that, if you are alone in a Lyft and you feel at all uncomfortable and you're not where you're supposed to be, stay in the Lyft and ask them to move on. It's better safe than sorry. It can happen, and Oprah always says, feel the instinct, feel it.
And alert people where you're going.
That's exactly right.
But that's the thing. Maybe she felt ashamed.
Right.
And then she was keeping it to herself. I hope she didn't either. All right. Madonna is getting a lot of heat for her newest music video for the song Gun Control. It is all about gun violence. The video features protests, Madonna typing out a letter demanding gun control, and memorials to shooting victims. But people are saying some parts of the video are way too graphic. A warning before we show this to you. Some may find this disturbing. What happens next, we are choosing not to show you on TV. There is a nightclub shooting in the video, and many say it goes too far because it looks very similar to the Pulse nightclub shooting. A woman who survived that night tells TMZ the video was traumatic to watch and grossly accurate to what she experienced. Madonna did release a statement with the video that says, quote, "I want to draw attention to a problem in America that is out of control and is taking the lives of innocent people. This crisis can end if our legislators act to change the laws that fail to protect us all." So DBL Nation, we want to know, did Madonna go too far? Tori, did she?
I think she did, and here's why. Okay, we can disagree with this. I want to have a good talk about this. The sound is very triggering to a lot of people, and I don't mean to use the word trigger in this, but Madonna is known for pushing the envelope, sometimes for the envelope's sake, just to get attention. At some point, are we talking about how graphic this was or gun control? Do you feel me? Yeah. The message here is, this was disgusting, I'm rebellious, it's horrible, do we watch it or not? Instead of, what can I do to get my legislator to move forward?
See, I disagree with you, because I read a lot of Madonna's tweets and a lot of the agenda that she's pushing. First of all, what she said here is uncomfortable and triggering. She says, yes, but this is our reality today. And she goes on to say, does it make you feel bad? Good, because then maybe you will do something about it. And then and she lists all the ways that we can do things.
But the casual person watching that doesn't always go to her tweets. They're seeing this.
She has a disclaimer in the beginning. She has people advocating at the end. I'm sorry, this is absolutely grotesquely uncomfortable to watch, but it is our reality today, and I think we need to see these images to understand just how deep we've become in it, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I agree with Sam on this one. And the casual listener or the casual audience, it's your job to read up on it. It's not her. She doesn't have.
Guys, it's
she doesn't
Madonna.
have to
This is
spell.
a pop culture icon.
She doesn't have to spell it all out throughout the entire
People aren't
thing.
reading tweets like this. They're watching this and saying, "Oh my God!"
But the video has a disclaimer.
I know, but no one's doing. They're looking at the graphic nature and talking about that, not what
That's
we
their
can do
problem.
for actionable.
I would beg to differ. If you look on social media, I think yes, there is a debate. I'm giving you that. Some people are saying that it's gratuitous. I give you that. But then you are seeing people, it's like those blinders are removed. It's like that photo that we talked about yesterday in the New York Times.
Yeah.
It makes us think. When we see images like that are so disturbing, it makes us want to get angry and do something. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
it's fair.
But yeah, we want to hear from you too, DBL Nation. Please chime in. All right, we got one more story.
This is great.
It's a good one. A 93-year-old grandma in England got her dying wish granted, and get this, all she wanted was to be arrested. Well, the Greater Manchester Police came through for her, showing up at her house.
She don't look good there.
Her of a made-up robbery. She was handcuffed and brought in for questioning, but police reportedly drew the line at putting her in a cell. Her granddaughter explained that she loves watching cop shows like CSI and NCIS.
That's adorable.
It's incredible. Good for
Mazel
her.
tov, Grandma.
And she got to be in the police car with the sirens blaring.
You think it's a handcuff thing? Who knows?
She wanted to be arrested.
Yeah, that's okay.
Arrested.
Get it, Grandma.
Yeah.
DBL is live, and we'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, veteran TV actor Christopher Maloney joins the cast of the hit show The Handmaid's Tale. Find out what really goes on behind the scenes. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host, Papa and Pot. A soon-to-be father says he can still be a good dad even if he smokes a little bit of weed, but his wife disagrees. Your comments about that coming up next.
Best
Hi there, DBL Nation. Kelly Schuberth here with the DBL Digital team. It is Thursday. We are one day away from Friday. We can do it. Let's go to the desk and see what's going on over here. Hey guys, what's happening?
There was some grammatical errors in that too. So when
I want to continue to talk to you about the Madonna video because this is a form of what we call protest music.
Yes.
And just think of Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, when he came out with "This Is America," that video, and everyone was talking about, oh, look at the graphic gun violence he used in that video, and you're taking away from the actual message when people will just only think about the one part, the graphics in a certain video.
What's the difference?
There's more of a message to it.
But what's the difference between the Childish Gambino, and it's an amazing analogy you just gave me, the same analogy, metaphor, whatever it is, a great comparison. The difference between that video and this video is that he's miming, the sound isn't there. He did, but you heard gunshots, and it was so realistic that are we not thinking of it as an abstract thing instead of like, whoa, Madonna being graphic as always, like, is that what we're thinking about? Instead of, how can I help gun control?
How did you feel about the video?
I thought it was important. I mean, we on this very show even skipped over the fact that Pulse's anniversary actually and focused on something completely different that wasn't even important. So that alone I thought was really important.
Were you at all triggered by it?
No, I was triggered. I clutched my whole chest because I saw everything in red. I remember like waking up to that morning and thinking that my friends were dead that I know that performed at this club in Pulse. So it's not only was it for gun violence, but for that the accuracy out of that was incredible. And Madonna herself, who better to cause a controversy? You said yourself actually when she started like almost like the feminist movement with like a virgin. It was or maybe it was a different.
When she humped the stage, it was amazing.
Exactly, but she's known for things like that, and who better to start that conversation than Madonna? And she ain't got nothing to lose.
It's very interesting, and Madonna's music could have well been playing at the Pulse nightclub, which I think people also have mentioned. Let me know, maybe I'm changing my mind hearing from different people.
I think, again, ignorance is not... Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host, when we talk about what you're talking about. Recreational marijuana is now legal in 11 states, but one man's pregnant wife is laying down the law. She's demanding he quit once he becomes a dad. At first, the couple bonded over their love of pot, but after experiencing some mental health issues, the wife quit prior to becoming pregnant. And although the husband continued to smoke regularly after work to relax and ease his anxiety, she insists that smoking marijuana will make him a bad father. So DBL Nation, can you be a good parent if you smoke some weed? Let's get right to your comments. Let's start with Chris on Facebook. He says, if the ultimatum is weed or your family, I'd hope you ditch the habit and choose your family. I think substances are substances, but if this is used for a medicinal purpose and you're not smoking around that child and it is helping with medicinal issues, then I think that should be in a different category.
All right, Don from Facebook says there's so much stigma around smoking weed than other vices. If this is the conversation in your home, add alcohol, video games, bad language, porn, and cell phones to the mix.
Cell phones.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, great comment, Don. Thanks for writing in. And maybe this guy needs the weed. I mean, he's about to go home to a nagging wife and a crying baby. He might need it.
Don't clap for that. Why would you clap for
All he's doing is dog whistling. That was so annoying. All right,
that's not cool.
No, Bree from Facebook says, my children's father smokes weed, and it drives me crazy because they can tell when he is high. But what's great is that they totally annoy him on purpose when they know he's been smoking. Look, I have a real thing for this. I think weed has been villainized a lot. I don't think it needs to be. I think a lot of people, especially men of color, are locked up in prison because of it. And I think that if this helps you be a better parent and on an anxious one, maybe it's better than Ambien or 2 glasses of Chardonnay or the whole bottle.
Good point. Chanel from YouTube says, I really didn't appreciate pot until I became a parent. I don't smoke around my kids, but when I set aside me time, it feels like a freaking vacation from the stress of being a parent. Amen. I think we need to realize that everything in moderation. Adults need to act like adults. So yes, that would mean that whether you're drinking a glass of Chardonnay or whether you're popping an Ambien, you do that with knowing, okay, I'm not going to be around my kid at this time. And that should include marijuana as well. So let's just be responsible.
Yep. Eternity from Twitter says, pot's fine on your own time, but parents should know better than to be high around their children. Well, Eternity, great name, by the way. What about at barbecues and stuff when parents are drunk around their children?
Good point.
Yeah, it could be a festive event.
Softball games we've seen.
Softball games when they're out there fighting, acting like Green Street hooligans. Absolutely. So,
That's
I mean, it's just, pick your vice. Pick your vice. And
alcohol seems to be way worse in my opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not eating Cheetos. All right, Cece from Facebook says, I'm not a parent, but I have the privilege of being an uncle. Hey, it's like for you.
Hey.
Call me crazy, but it makes me a better uncle. So I argue it might make some people better parents.
Yeah.
Look, this is a total person-to-person thing.
Yep.
It is medicinal. I hope if you are so against weed, you listen right now and realize it is not the devil. It is just as much like alcohol, and I hope you take away the vilification of it.
I agree with that. Take away the vilification. I will say, though, that some people can be extreme.
Oh, of course. But each person to themselves.
Yep, so let's just, again, everything in moderation, but it does 100% without a doubt get villainized and stigmatized more than any other substance out there. All right, thank you for writing in. Charlie's Angels are back in action. Raquel Villanueva has your first look at the new team.
That's right, Sam. Charlie has a new trio of angels ready to save the world. Take a look.
Angel. Who are you? I'm Bosley.
Welcome to the Townsend Agency. We exist because traditional law enforcement can't keep up.
I don't like that, boy.
You guys are like lady spies. Dane's former MI6. Oh, God.
Now, Charlie's Angels, a TV show, debuted in 1976, and it's been almost 20 years since the film starring Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore came out. The new movie hits theaters November 15th.
Raquel, you just made us feel very old.
20 years?
20 years. Remember with Beyonce singing Survivor in it with Destiny's Child?
I'm not a taker.
I don't know if it's quite like that.
That was it.
But this looks good. This looks. I love the diversity of the cast. This looks fantastic.
Me too.
Thank you, Raquel. Coming up on DBL, you know him as a detective on Law & Order SVU, but now Christopher Maloney joins the cast of The Handmaid's Tale and spills some behind-the-scenes secrets. Ooh, don't go away.
we are learning, I made a quick correction. It's not Beto. I always do this. It's Beto. His name is Robert, and so he used Beto. And this is how Kelly remembers Beto O'Rourke.
With the High School Musical song that's like this. Bet on it, bet. You know when Zac Efron, yes, Leo knows what I'm talking about. When Zac Efron's like running through the hills and singing it. That's how I remember Beto.
So thanks for that. And how do I remember Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris.
Oh, I do it. She's calm.
Oh, that's good too.
Kamala Harris.
Wait till you see the debates tonight. She won't be calm.
Ooh,
I tell
can't
you
wait.
what. So tonight is the 3 Bs. We got Biden, we got Bernie, we got Buttigieg, we got Kamala Harris, who, as you know, is a prosecutor. Fiery, calm, great in debates. She can go back and forth. She can pick at people. She's good. She's real good. Now, there's going to be some people you don't know, like Mike Bennett. I got nothing. I don't know him. There was a woman who was in the military. I didn't know her at all. Delaney, if anyone watched the debates, kept trying to cut in. I'm like, who is this guy? He looked like Herman from the Guess Who board. All right, we're gonna, didn't he look like Herman? Anywho, let me know, this, take a look, Travis. Passive-aggressive way of telling me I need to go to the wall. Welcome back to DBL, and today's Chatting with the Stars actor Christopher Maloney talks about the new role he's taking on. Now, you know him best as Detective Stabler on Law & Order SVU, but now he's entering the dystopian world in The Handmaid's Tale. Earlier, I sat down with Christopher to get all the deets on what's it's like behind the scenes. But first, check out this clip of him as the powerful Commander Winslow.
We have to be judicious about the images we release to the world. Absolutely. The correct image can sway opinion.
Chris Maloney, welcome to Daily Blast Live. All right, let's get straight to it. Let's talk about your role in season 3 of The Handmaid's Tale.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, my love. This is Polly, who obviously has forgotten how to knock. Blessed evening, Polly.
I want to know this, and a lot of our people have asked this to ask you. How do you prepare to shoot such intense scenes? And more importantly, how does the cast, including you, decompress from all of that?
Whatever role you take on, you know, at least for me, I see what the layout is, the world you're living in, and then you just get down to personals. You make the world smaller. You make him as human as possible, and with whatever interesting quirks come to you. That's kind of the creative sauce, I guess.
Here's to your bright future. Perhaps here in D.C. Posting in D.C. would be an honor, sir.
Tell us your favorite part of working on Handmaid's Tale. What was your absolute favorite part that you'll take away with you?
I just love how they shoot the show.
Nice.
I love it. I find it one of the more cinematic shows on television. So I just was really kind of curious about, you know, whatever their theories, or, you know, something is, what's the lens and why the lens, and what kind of special filters they put, you know, just the kind of geeky stuff that I'm still just learning myself, but I found really very interesting.
You're a nerd.
That's what
It's the best. It's just like me. That's exactly right. It's amazing.
I'm a nerd, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Well, I watch every season. A lot of our DBL Nation watches, so we cannot wait to see you in this season in Handmaid's Tale, and we really, really appreciate your time, Chris. Thanks so much.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Maloney, what a guy. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray, and today I want to give you guys a couple of clean beauty secrets that I learned from the clean beauty icon herself, Rosemary Swift. Now, I was able to pick her brain about herself, her amazing brand, RMS Beauty, and so much more. But today, I want to make sure that I brought back the tips that she gave me for flawless skin and flawless makeup every day. Now, the first one I want to share with with you guys is using her beauty oil. Now, I'm not just saying any beauty oil. Her beauty oil is the truth, guys. This oil is what truly gives you an amazing luminous glow in the skin that's not oily, but simply a beautiful luminous finish. All right, y'all? Now, with this guy, it has amazing ingredients like jojoba, rosehip, and even ashwagandha oil, which is amazing for healing benefits. This is also going to make sure that the skin has the hydration that it needs to make sure that our makeup glows on flawlessly. Now, with something like this, I like to use about 3 to 4 drops all over my skin, but I've really been using this for a little bit of everything. After I shave, before I do makeup, as my night serum. I mean, it was like rated in the top 10 in Japanese Vogue for the best beauty oil, so I think it can do good for my skin too. You guys gotta try it out though. Let me know how you love it. It's about 3 to 4 drops. So for our next one, this guy is called our Master Mixer. Now, she actually told me that she discovered this product on accident. She was in Japan doing a model, and when she was doing the model's makeup, she accidentally picked this jar up instead of something else. Now, the result it gave her made an amazing product that is legendary now. This guy gives you a beautiful shine, almost like a nice little highlight on the cheekbone, but it almost also perfects the skin in every which way possible. So I typically just do my little beauty oil all over. I'll tap a little bit of this on my cheekbones. Ooh, look at it go right now. Look at that glow, queen. Oh, but you can also use this on your eyes, use a little bit on your lips, and this is a great way to catch the glow onto your skin from beautiful sunlight or for a beautiful nighttime look. Now, you can do this as a base. You can use a little bit on top of your blush. You can even do a little bit on your eye, but make sure that you do just a little bit and not overdoing it. Overdoing it's gonna kill the look, okay guys? Now, last but not least, her Uncover Up is phenomenal. This is a foundation that's coconut base. Her coconut base literally smooths, heals, and saves skin as well. Now, with this guy, once again, you only need a little bit. I'm wearing it today, and I only took a little bit with my fingertips underneath my eye, around my nose, and a little imperfection areas that I just wanted covered up. Now, with this guy, you can use her beautiful unpowder powder as well, and it gives you a flawless finish. Now, you're going to be seeing our interview very soon, and if you haven't already, make sure you click the video for our exclusive interview with Rosemary Swift herself. As always, guys, thank you for joining us today, and make sure that you follow Jure for the Slay for all of your beauty tips and questions. We'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. We love reading your comments. What do we got, Tori?
Well, we have comments. Yes, we do.
Ooh,
Look
3G
at that.
speed.
No, a lot of people
3G
writing
speed.
in. Michael Loveland says some parents smoke pot and should not. Some parents do not smoke pot and should. Pot is medicine. Alcohol is not.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting thing.
But one is much more accepted than the other. It's bizarre.
It is.
We've got to confront that in this nation.
Right, and it was propaganda. Remember, Reefer Madness. That was the whole thing. You're going to go crazy.
Wacky tobacco.
Wacky tobacco. You're going to go nuts. And really, I think it's helped a tremendous amount of people. And a lot of people, again, are incarcerated unjustly, in my opinion.
Agreed. Yep. Any other comment, Story?
Well, we have this one that says, that's why I used to smoke weed because of my wife, almost like, oh, I'm not going to read that one? Okay.
Is that Brandon and
that was a Brandon moment.
Brandon. Fifth host, there's people who believe that. DBL
yeah, but
Nation's
I'm not going to give that any credit.
Do not give it any credit.
So we're not. But people say they love the 3-person panel in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
We will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.